Here's a lesson for Boris, Mr. Johnson, our soon-to-be former Prime Minister. So while he's in Greece, while he's in Nemakri, in the shade of the Battle of Marathon, a great battle where Greece defeated the Persians. Well, it didn't completely defeat the Persians, and this is the point. The Persians then reassembled and attacked Athens, and later in the next generation, they came back under Xerxes. And the Battle of Marathon, it's a defining moment. It's a moment when the Greeks showed that they could. But without staying power, they can't. And this is something Boris hasn't learnt. Boris, I'm sure, is crowing about his exploits during COVID, about his getting Brexit done. Well, Brexit has just begun, and Brexit needs follow-through. COVID needs follow-through. All these things need to be followed. And Boris seems to have emerged as a one-spot wonder. And that's not a good reputation for anybody to have. You need to have the ability to follow through and to anticipate what the future is going to throw at us. So, how will history look upon Boris? I think at the top of the list will be his contribution to the Zelensky effort and to the Zelensky image. And Boris, I think, played a major role in making Mr. Zelensky quite clearly the next Nobel Prize winner for peace. Quite clearly. If that doesn't happen, I think the whole system is shot to pieces with nonsense. This is a man who will be receiving accolades for the next 10 years. But and I think Boris helped to make that possible. Boris gave Mr. Zelensky the stamina when it was most needed. And Boris can be inspiring. We saw that when he was mayor. The Boris buses, the Boris bikes, the Boris bluster. But maybe the reality of running a country, the reality of the serious issues that he's faced, have in some way defeated him. And he simply wasn't capable of following through. I don't think, once again, I would defy those who would say that Boris is quintessentially bad and just out for himself. I really don't think that is the case. I think he doesn't know how to project any image other than the one he has manufactured and the one that he manufactured when he was so young. And the problem is, not only do we have to learn how to follow through, we have to learn how to adjust to the age, and Boris hasn't. So Boris always comes across as a boy, because that's the image that he invented as a boy. There's a lot of things to be said about being young, but I don't think that's prime ministerial. And I think probably the country made a great mistake in putting Mr. Johnson in number 10. The country and the Conservative Party. I think they're going to make a greater mistake in putting Liz Truss in number 10. Liz Truss is not even a Boris substitute. Liz Truss is a disaster in the making, I'm afraid. And I wish it were otherwise, but we have seen too much evidence of her not being able to find the right door, of her not being able to find the right words, of her finding the wrong words, of her not knowing geography, and so on. The list is endless, of her not accepting that she's made a mistake, of her transferring that to the audience, to the electorate. Your mistake. You misheard. You're wrong. And we are.